Hey everybody, I'm Christina Butcher, your local realtor, and I'm here with another video regarding some focus points for 2021. And since the real estate industry does not seem to be short of opinions or forecasts and predictions, I figured I would go ahead and put together a quick video on some focus points for 2021 that I'd like to direct your attention to. The first one is going to be new homes, and while that might be odd for a realtor to speak about new homes. It's still in the real estate industry, and believe it or not, brokers and also builders have had a very good relationship for quite a long time, to be totally truthful with you. And so it is an indicator of what we might be able to see in the near future as far as market activity. So with that in mind, the big thing right now for builders is the cost of lumber. Last August, it was up 58%. Right now, it's not that high. However, it really does vary from builder and their relationships with their supplier, how much they are paying for lumber. Recently, I was on a Zoom call with Mr. Randall Lewis of Lewis Group and Companies. And he was discussing Inland Empire activity, and also he covers in just bullet point form really some of the California touching points that you can get and that are applicable to the entire state. So with that being said, he estimates that right now their cost per home in just the lumber is at about $10,000 per home. So with that 58% back in August of last year that I was saying, the average cost from the National Association of Home Builders was about $16,000. So again, it goes back to my point of it depends on the builder's relationship with their suppliers and their price points. But you can see $10,000 to $16,000 is the cost of lumber per home, which is higher than what we'd like to. And because it is having a domino effect that is affecting what designs they do, what finishes they offer, all the way down to what appliances they are going to put into those homes. So that's something for us to keep in mind. Not so much the new homes, but the cost of materials, especially lumber at this point. Oh, one final thing that I did want to mention. He did say that his group of companies was going to have slower rollouts, and we're probably going to see that with different builders as well. So that's something to keep an eye on. Now, general economic predictions or forecasts were more about inflation, increases to interest rates, increases to home prices, because that's something new to 2021. Not so much, but you get the point. Anyway, also possible fees and higher taxes here in California due to lack of revenue from COVID-19. So I would just like to point that I've heard a mix of predictions, and all of them seem to be optimistic. So we're not hearing about the same doom and gloom or the outcries that our economy is going to tank worse than 2008. They are all acknowledging the bumps in the roads and the bumps that we can kind of predict and the ones that we don't even know are going to come, which has kind of humbled all of us in what we want to say in 2021, I think, especially with what happened in 2020, so that we're still dealing with, really. But regarding the inflation, they are thinking to offset it. That's going to trigger the increases to interest rates. And if that scares you from buying real estate, I want to interject a little bit of some of my knowledge and my personal experience. In the mid-90s, when I got into real estate, the average home, single-family residence in LA County was going for $181,000. Interest rates, however, were 13 to 25%, kind of more like what we see now in present day with credit card interest rates. So while we will not see the 181 sales prices again, probably for a long time, if ever again, it's probably same could be said with the 13 to 25% interest rates. So what's my point? My point is even if there is a raise in interest rates, usually it comes with a balance of lower sales prices. So maybe we will see the 3.5 or the 4.25 or the 4.75s, maybe even 6%, depending on what and how we need to gauge and how they decide to do all of that and deal with it. But we won't see the same sales prices, more than likely at the average sales price at 650, 675, 725, 745 in some areas. So it's all about balance. Interest rates go a little higher, sales prices either stable or they decrease just slightly. And it's a delicate game, but it seems to work. And buyers are still out there and sellers are still willing to sell, and everybody's happy as long as you're buying or you're selling. All right. Now, two tidbits that I do want to leave you with that are currently happening in California. The first one is Prop 19. If you have a principal residence or a rental property here in California, you want to make sure that it gets into your son or daughter or your grandchildren's hands. I would, at this point, if you don't have it in an irrevocable trust, talk to a family attorney or even your tax preparer and see what your options are and what you should do. Now, as far as the effective date for Prop 19, it varies on who you speak to. We've had different county recorders' offices say that it's going to take effect on April 16th, April 19th. We've had some tax people, I've heard them say April 1st. So let's just stick with the April 1st date, so this way you know you get it covered. And then the second tidbit is more just a fun fact, if you would. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm really a real estate junkie. I just like to take in as much. And again, referencing Mr. Randall Lewis of Lewis Group of Companies on his Zoom, he spoke about RENA, which is the Regional Housing and Needs Assessment for California. And that was something new to me. I'd never heard of it before. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description below and also in the blog. And so you can spend a few minutes looking at that and reading on it. And they're guesstimating right now that we will need 1.3 million houses to have built this year in order to keep up with the demand of having a house for people. So anyway, it's been around since 1969, and it's very interesting. And like I said, I'll go ahead and put the link up. And if you don't want to read and just want to call me up and talk about it, give me a call. I will put you to sleep very fast with that website and its information. All right. So I've got Richard and Amelia here with me, and we've made this into a little family time. So I will talk to you soon. I hope you are safe and doing well and being healthy. And if you have any questions or real estate needs, give me a call. I'm here, and I'll talk to you soon.